I think he had one match last year.
First time we've seen Maverick in IWC in many years.
I should also point out, Maverick, you mentioned his one-time manager. He was also his one-time tag partner. DJZ has tagged with both of his opponents, his manager, and the guy he's currently tagging with.
I said me and you start this right.
Days after they turned 18.
I started. My first ever wrestling match was against Gory. So we started one more time with Gory.
Days after they turned 18, Jason Gory and Shiima Xion met at IWC Youth Gone Wild in Munhall, Pennsylvania. It was their very first matchup in IWC. And they have been pretty much attached at the hip ever since, as allies, as rivals, as partners, as opponents.
DJZ will be the first to tell you that there was always a level of one-upsmanship, that Gory took to the athletics quicker than he did, and DJZ knew if he was going to stay at that level, he would have to figure out ways to counter that, to keep with that.
Hell, DJZ was the first man at IWC to call himself a two-time Rookie of the Year. You saw Gory utilize that thirst for flesh. That's something that 18-year-old Gory didn't have. I guess it's an acquired taste over time.
Back then, he was the new face, Jason Gory.
And now that face has become plagued. Pace quick against Lucha rules in this matchup. You'll see relaxed tags. You'll see a frenetic pace. And Gory has gone international in his own right. Canada, Mexico, not as many miles as DJZ, but keep in mind, Gory has been the only man, perhaps, with the possible exception of Facade, who athletically has hung with DJZ every step of the way, every era they've crossed paths. And you're talking about Gory's athleticism? There you got DJZ's showmanship.
Oh! But let's not forget, flipping ain't easy. Oh, and look who's facing off.
Facade and Jimmy Demarco. We've seen these men have many wars over the years. Singles, tag team. Demarco was part of the Gambino family. As Facade springs up, caught Demarco with a heel kick. DJZ at one point beat Facade for a Super Indie Championship back in 2013.
And up, no.
Z caught himself, nice back elbow.
Sprung over his opponent, landed to the second rope, sprung back with an elbow.
And Facade made his debut 2 years after Z and Gory,
Gory.
2006, but he was in the dojo in the training center with them every single week for months upon months.
I was there. I can attest to that. I've watched each of these men train and learn not just the craft in and of itself, but with each other and each other's specific styles, abilities.
Well, notice Gory went for a dive, saw DeMarco moving, and he stopped. Once he had DeMarco in position, Gory tried again, and through a series of counters here and there, Gory winds up with a dropkick.
I would say that of the four, DeMarco is the one that is probably the least like the other three. He does the least amount of high flying compared to Facade, Shiima, and Gory.
But I will add to that, DeMarco has an equal disregard for his own body and well-being.
Oh, very true. Oh, look out.
Double spring, and Z taken down. And Jay Worth, you go through the history of this company, I don't know if you can name four men who know one another better than these four are familiar with each other.
Oh, look out.
Double spring! Somersault plancha. Facade in the best shape of his life. Bigger than ever. We've seen him on Ring of Honor television. We've seen it from here to Russia to Singapore. And it's Gory gnawing the skull of DeMarco on the other side.
And laying him down with one. And Facade just mentioned to me that He'll be taking on Christopher Daniels within the next month or so. Christopher Daniels rarely doing singles matches anymore. His star definitely on the rise.
But what will Facade's physical health be when he gets there next month down in Southern Ohio? He may not get out of Elizabeth alive, because keep in mind, with the brawling on the floor, the wars we've seen. Remember Demarco and the Gambinos tasing Gory. Remember DJZ and Demarco and their wild no-rules matches for the IWC title. These men have a bloodlust as well. These men love to beat the hell out of each other. It's respect, bottom line, but they're competitors first and foremost. And see a crossbody.
Right into the chair on the floor. And now Demarco and Facade in the ring. And a high five from Maverick.
The Mavrosexual here in all his glory as Demarco set in.
I would ask if there's still time for primping, but DJZ doesn't have any hair left.
It's true. And Gory comes down low. Facade amazing neck strength. Demarco thinking about it in both feet.
Sort of a pendulum drop kick.
Yeah. Great hang time and caught him on the rebound. 2 feet to the chest. And Zeecock Gory coming in. What a wild back and forth matchup this has been. We're only getting started.
And now DJZ chopping both men while Facade heels at ringside.
Up double leapfrog. And there you see the tandem offense of flipping ain't easy. Gory and Facade haven't done it full time in a lot of years, but it's like riding a bike. Facade that cover for 2. And Jayworth, what do you think it would mean if DJZ can win his final match here, but what would it mean if he doesn't?
I mean, of course he wants to win his final match here. He wouldn't have signed up if he didn't think, well, I can win this match. And Lord knows he's good enough. If he loses here, I mean, I'm sure it's heartbreaking. But at the same time, if you're gonna have a loss here, at least it's in front of this crowd with everyone who he considers family, and he gets to go out in this blaze of glory.
Demarco stringing the offense together, great rotation on the power slam for 2 only. How about some of the wars Demarco's had in the past? Ray Rowe, Necro Butcher, his own cousins, Mickey and Marshall. Jimmy Demarco does not wrestle regularly anymore, and the reason because of that is because just how much of his body he gave to IWC. It's not medically safe. Jimmy Demarco just does not give a damn because he's fearless.
I remember a young Jimmy Demarco meeting at the time the axe murderer Jake Garrett in the wrong way.
Cover here.
And Jake Garrett bending a police baton in the throat of delicious Jimmy Demarco.
We first saw Demarco at IWC on camera in late 2004, in action by the spring of 2005. And there you see the power of the man that always wanted you to suck his muscles.
I think he still wants you to be honest.
We may have a muscle worshiping ceremony if he wins.
We may have one even if he doesn't. Let's be honest. It is Jimmy Demarco.
Here comes the Neon Ninja. Facade went to spring, lost his footing, but still adjusted, and was able to drive down Jimmy Demarco. And DJZ, little hostile makeover, face eraser, that went by a number of names.
There was even the VCG at one point.
Vocational guidance counselor?
That's correct.
I got a memory. Wait a minute, Maverick's on the apron. DJZ takes flight. And that's the chemistry that led Maverick and Shiima Xion to be one of the hottest young acts in Pittsburgh history. But wait.
Look out!
Gory collided with DJZ with a baseball slide.
And now Gory checking on both Z and...
It's not a high five, it's some leverage.
A roadblock.
Gory the moonsault! My God!
And Maverick clutching his head like he wished he might not have stepped back into IWC.
You heard DJZ before the matchup talk about Homicide slamming and beating the hell out of him at Super Indy 4. That was the same night Gory met Low-Key. They became men in the eyes of their peers that night, and they have not looked back since.
Demarco cutting off Facade.
Demarco all man in the yard wide as the adage goes.
Oh, look out!
C4! All into the pile! And that may be what it takes to keep Facade down. That C4 has won many an IWC championship match.
The candy-coated cookie cutter from the Delicious One has laid out everyone outside the ring.
The perpetual pervert of Pittsburgh professional wrestling.
The Pope of Grope.
Pounced. And DJZ, again, he and Gory were Babyface Fire, tag team specialists in the mid-2000s. It was their mutual respect as rivals that brought them together as partners, similar to how Z and Demarco became friends.
I think that was a bite to the nipple.
With Demarco, I wouldn't expect anything less. Prime Minister of Perversion.
Oh, and DJZ learning a new trick.
They may send Gory into a psychosexual panic.
DJZ has been known. Jimmy Demarco has been known. Oh, good Lord. Two at the same time? Oh, and Gory has both thumbs.
Yeah, Gory thought it was a good idea, come to think of it. Pace quickens again. Demarco drops Gory under the knees of DJZ.
And Facade still outside the ring, trying to climb his way up.
I don't blame him after that C4. I wouldn't be surprised if he never got back up.
And frankly, I wouldn't want my nipples bitten either.
That's a hell of a point I didn't think we'd make tonight. Gory fighting off the incoming charge.
No. Oh!
Then, I got hung out to dry. Demarco the dropkick follow through.
And I talked about how tough John McChesney is, but pound for pound, Gory, perhaps the toughest man in IWC.
I agree. Gory,
look out!
Underrated as well. Double team offense. Demarco came down hard and Facade the interruption. Demarco favoring the knee heavily. Facade, desperation attempt to break up that fall, and all four men are hurt, and we're in a stalemate, J-Work.
Do you start counting?
I don't know what you do, but just sit back and soak the moment in.
When you talk about the talent that comes through IWC, it's easy to forget the talent that's in IWC. And this match, above all else, is showing just what kind of talent IWC has been about, is about, and will continue to produce.
Go back to IndyWrestling.us and purchase a show from 03, 04. You'll see these guys on ring crew, on security, ripping tickets, working concession stands, all to pay their dues, to work their ass off to get to moments like this today.
I've built a ring with each and every member of this. Up.
The double team code breaker, wheelbarrow suplex, they've got it.
Bridge.
Demarco save.
And Demarco had to make that save. There was no way that Z was getting out of that.
And Demarco had to make the save on one leg. What a test of fortitude. What a way to go full circle after 15 years. Demarco is hurt, but he's not going to let that dictate how this matchup ends. That's Jimmy Demarco in a nutshell. He cannot put any weight on that leg. He's in a bad way, but he wants to keep fighting for his friend.
Demarco up.
And Gory on top.
Gory. Stop.
Just breathe. And Demarco dropped on top of DJZ. No cover, they're partners. Gory gets the cover, and Demarco interrupts.
And Demarco barely interrupts.
He made contact with the fall, which was enough to waive the count. But man, I think all four of these men are asking themselves the same question. They knew what would happen when they got into this. They knew the gut check this match would be. It would push them to their limits and beyond. Now we'll see who's got how much left.
And Facade, a smart move, keeps pulling Jimmy Demarco up to his feet, making him work that knee. Oh, and Demarco, he had enough gumption to crotch Facade, but now he's trying to figure out how to get up onto the rope to take advantage. He's possibly looking for another cutter, but he's getting turned around.
Demarco's trying to get his footing. Oh, look out.
A bite.
In one of what Demarco would consider his best features. And now, Doomsday Device position, tightrope. Side kick connects, Demarco dropped. And now, the Buddy Moonsault.
Flipping ain't easy, Joe.
They make it look easy, but not this time. Demarco out of the way.
All he could do was roll, but he got far enough. Double cutter!
The double C4 by the Delicious One. And on the flip side, the flipping DDT. DJZ, this is your chance, my friend. Flip, it ain't easy, gets spiked.
1, 2, 3.
DJZ gets the victory.